Hello ladies and welcome to The Beauty Shaman. So today I'm going to do a short video on what to do about crepey lids. So this is a big topic. A lot of you have asked me these questions and I'm a professional makeup artist. So women sit in my chair all the time and ask me this question. So I thought I would go ahead and do a video covering the top 4 points that I have about how to handle crepey lids. So before we get started, please visit my website at thebeautyshaman.com and use the code SP10 for 10% off any of my items in the store. And also don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube and hit the bell so that you get alerted every time I upload a video. Okay, so first of all, crepey lids are super common. As you get older, right, it's just gonna happen. So what do you do about that? There's a few really important things you can do, not only to kind of soften down the crepiness, but also how to apply makeup to that, how to treat it with care and attention, okay? Because how many times have we seen a woman with crepey lids and she's got all this iridescent eyeshadow on, which really makes the crepiness jump out even more. Now, if you want to do that, go ahead and knock yourself out. You get no judgment from me, okay? But here's some other strategies, okay, that you could do for crepey lids. Okay, the first thing I would say with crepey lids is hydration. So get yourself a really good hydrating serum. Serums really are the key to skincare. You can use, the best moisturizers, night creams, whatever you want. But bottom line, the number one thing, in my opinion, is a really phenomenal serum, because serums are where the vitamins are. It's like taking a really phenomenal multivitamin for your skin is a serum. If you get a cheap serum, you're not going to get any results. Okay, really good serum is going to have high concentration levels of things like vitamin C. Number one, should have high levels of vitamin C. And also you should be taking high levels of vitamin C in your daily kind of regime with vitamins and stuff. So vitamin C is also a great anti-ager. I definitely recommend I take 3 big tablets of vitamin C every day, along with using a serum, which is number one ingredient is vitamin C. Really look at where vitamin C shows up in your serum. Is it in the top 3 or 5? If it's further down than that on the deck, on the ingredient deck, it is not enough. Okay, it's all about quantity. And a lot of times, skincare lines will say it has vitamin C, but they put it so far down the deck. A, it isn't like helpful, and then B, it means it costs less for them to make. Okay, so maybe their price point is lower, but it's because they don't have the goods. So you really want the goods, the vitamin C. Use that serum at least once a day. The serum that I love the most on the planet is Truth Treatment C Serum. I love this. You only need 2 drops a day. So it comes in a dropper like that. Oops, don't spill it. 2 drops, put it in my hand, put it all over my skin, under my eyes, around my eyes. It's super hydrating. I've definitely noticed a difference with it. I love it. I recommend that. The other thing I would say is get yourself a really good moisturizer. So I use the Truth Treatment's C Balm, again, the vitamin C in it. I can use this all over my eye. If you like eye creams, I personally don't use an eye cream, but I know a lot of people really love eye creams. I just use those 2 things around my eyes. But if you want to use an eye cream, I would say, find one that's, again, loaded with good ingredients that's really going to help to minimize fine lines and really hydrate around your eye area. Just kind of a side note, a lot of times people say that the skin around your eyes is different. It is not different. The skin around your eyes is the same as the rest of your body. It's a little bit thinner, but that's about it. That's why you can treat it basically the same. Okay, little side note there. My second point about what to do about crepey lids is not putting heavy foundations and concealers on the crepiness. So this is one of the concealers. I just did a video. So this is one of them I use, Cover FX. I also love Juice Beauty Concealer. It's one of my all-time favorite concealers. It's a little dry. You have to mix it with a little bit of moisturizer sometimes, but it covers really well. I love NARS Creamy Concealer. I try all different kinds of concealers. I love what's called Amazing Concealer is also phenomenal. But I put them all over my lid because I have a lot of hyperpigmentation, but I can do that because I don't have crepiness. If you have crepiness, again, hydrate, number one, and then number 2, really try to keep any sort of heavier cream like a concealer off of it. It's not going to benefit it. A lot of times people think if they have a line or a wrinkle or a crepiness that they need to try to cover it, which is completely not true. You cannot cover a line, a wrinkle, or a crepe, okay? You can't cover it. If anything, it will become more, it'll become greater the more you try to cover it. So instead of doing that, what I recommend is only use your concealer where you need it. Generally speaking, we get a little bit of discoloration right here. And that's basically where you need it. I get a little brown discoloration through here. I'll put concealer around there. That's basically it. If I didn't have the discoloration over my lids, I wouldn't put any concealer up there. So I would say just take your foundation, maybe put a little bit of foundation over your eyelid just so that your eyeshadow sticks to your eye. Because a lot of times if you put eyeshadow on dry lids, it doesn't stay. Just depends on your lid. On me, nothing stays, so it doesn't matter. But maybe on you, that would be okay. But I would really gauge that, okay? Can you put a foundation on your lid, have it not show up, not show the crepiness so much, and keep the powder on more? So really, let me know what your experimentation does for that. I would definitely say don't put concealer on it because that's really much thicker. I do use foundation and concealer on my eyelids though, and it works fine for me. So let me know what works for you, okay? Okay, point number 3 about crepey lids. Don't use iridescent eyeshadows, okay? So what do I mean by that? All right, let's grab one here. Solar Flare. So this is a Jane Iredale eyeshadow palette called Solar Flare. So this is packed with everything in there, has a little bit of iridescence. This is clean beauty, so there's no mica in there, but it's very iridescent. So I love iridescent eyeshadows. I think they're just beautiful. The trouble with them though is they really show crepiness. So I would say go only with matte eyeshadows. Matte eyeshadows are just not going to show the crepiness as much. This is a matte eyeshadow palette called Naturally Matte of Jane Iredale. Lovely. Everything in here is matte. Works really well. I would say if you want to strategically apply iridescent, you could do that. For example, say I wanted to strategically apply a little bit of a bronze on my lid. I would just touch my finger with that and then touch it right on the ball of my eye, and that's it. And I would just be sure that it's kind of blended in, like tap it in a little bit and then leave it. I would not blend it out because otherwise then it gets on the crepiness. So you can use it, but just really be strategic about where you put it or don't use it altogether. Number 4 for crepey lids is to really make the focal point of your eye makeup around your eye. Rather than what a lot of women do is they'll go ahead and take and put a lot of color on the crepiness. Like maybe they have hooded lids and they want their eyes to have more, not be so hooded. And so they take a darker color and put it on the crepiness. My thought on that is really focus your attention around the eye area. In other words, really become adept at putting an eyeliner and then blending it so that you get that soft eyeline so that it's really concentrated around your eyeline with a tiny bit of color here. Try not to take your eyeliner underneath all the way across. That can really close your eyes in and be too heavy for older women. So really just blend it out. Like for example, I have a Jane Iredale color here called Smoky Quartz, and I've just blended it and blended it and blended it so that I still get the density around my eye, as you can see, but I've blended it so much that it's really soft. That's a really good look for crepey lids, is to focus the attention there. And then on the rest of the eye, just use very soft, matte, neutral color so as not to draw attention to the crepiness. So I hope this has been helpful, my little tutorial on crepey lids. Please let me know your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear from you. I always respond. I always love talking to you guys. Let me know what videos you'd like to see as well. And thank you so much for watching The Beauty Shaman.